Hi guys, it's Amy, your golf coach. Welcome to Playing for the First Time series. Today we're going to talk about very basic rules you need to know if you're playing on the golf course. Let's get started. Subscribe, like, comment down below how your golf game is. Now, back to the golf lesson. Today we're going to talk about out of bounds, penalty areas, unplayables, free drops, and what to do when your ball goes into the other fairway. Okay, let's start with out of bounds. The golf course is marked either with a fence or white stakes indicating what is part of the golf course and what is not. Even the fences will have white paintings of some sort to mark that that's out of bounds. If your ball ends up outside, then now your ball is out of bounds. You are not able to play that golf ball. The best thing is to figure out where your golf ball would be approximately, and then you can actually take 2 club lengths onto the fairway and drop it there, and that will be considered as your 4th shot. Because it's usually stroke and distance, so if you have to go back to the tee, it'll be considered as your 3rd shot to hit, and then your actual 2nd shot would be your 4th shot. So you're adding 2 to your score. That's out of bounds, okay? You cannot play from out of bounds. And now penalty area, we used to call these water hazards. So these are marked either with yellow stakes or red stakes. If you are in that area now, you're able to ground your club, you're able to make practice swings and divots out of that, which is a new rule, but it's very cool. A lot of the times it is water, but it could be like a dried lake or rough right before you hit the water, so you may be able to play the golf ball, or even if the ball is in the water, it may be still playable. That's the penalty area, and the option is if it's red, you need to know the last point it crossed into the water, the last point of entry, take 2 club lengths no near the hole, or you can take the line of flag and the point of entry and go backwards as far as you want, or you can go back to your original spot and hit from there, but that's stroke and distance, so you really don't want to do that unless you have no choice. When you drop, you always want to drop from your knee high. If the ball rolls back into the hazard on your first drop, you drop it again, and then remember the first spot it hit on the grass. If it goes back into the penalty area, then you have to pick up the ball and replace it exactly where the ball hits when you dropped on your 2nd drop. That's a really good thing to know. And if it's a yellow stake, then you don't have the 2 club length option. You just have to take the point of entry and the flag and go backwards as far back as possible. You can hit out of the penalty area, or you can go back to your original spot and hit. Only 3 options are allowed from the yellow stakes. Usually red was lateral hazard and yellow was just water hazard. So yellow stakes would always go across the fairway, so you would not get the 2 club length option because you can only go backwards. Red stakes would go laterally on the sides of the fairway. That's why you get the 2 club length choice. If it helps you to remember that better that way, go right ahead, but now we've uniformed it to call it the penalty area. Unplayables. Let's just say your ball ended up right against the tree and you can't get your club on that thing. Then you have to declare unplayable and take a penalty drop. From where your ball is, you get 2 club lengths, and you drop within that 2 club lengths from knee high. Or you can take the ball in line with the flag and go backwards as far as you want to get out of trouble, or you can take the ball back to your original spot and hit from there. That's your unplayable option right there. If you absolutely cannot hit a shot, then you have to take that penalty drop. Now, free drop. You get relief from man-made objects like a sprinkler box. It's plastic, man-made. If your ball is laying against it, you get a free drop. So you pick out the closest point of relief, put a tee down, you get a club length, and you get to drop in between that. Those 2 tees, that's a free drop, no penalty. If your ball is on the cart path, you also get full relief, meaning when you drop and you're about to hit again, you will not be standing on the cart path, or you won't be close to hitting the cart path. So even if the ball is off the cart path, but you feel like you're gonna hit the cart path during your swing, then you get a relief. Sprinkler head's the same thing. If you're standing in it, if the ball's laying in it, then you get a free drop. You get full relief plus 1 club length. When you make these drops, you always have to let your playing partner know what you're doing. You can't just decide for yourself and then take a drop. Now, I get asked this a lot. What happens if you hit into the other fairway? Okay, so unless the edge of the fairway, your fairway is marked with the white stakes, it's in bounds. But when you're a newbie, you're not sure when to hit that ball when it's in the other fairway, because I'm sure there is play going on and you're not sure if people are hitting from that side, this direction, or going this way, and you're not sure if they're hitting golf balls at you or not. It gets very dangerous. So if you're a complete newbie, I would suggest to retrieve the golf ball, come back to your fairway and just hit. But if you are keeping scores and in a tournament situation, then you can't do that, obviously. You would have to make sure there's no one in the fairway, no one playing, no one hitting into you, and then hit the shot. Again, you need guidance in that situation. If you're not in a tournament, I would strongly suggest to retrieve it and come back into your hole and play. That's a lot safer that way. If it's out of bounds, obviously you'd have to take the drop. So that's just very basic rules I want you to know. I hope you're able to follow along. If you have any more questions on this topic or on any other rules, let me know. I'll cover those. Please come to my website's Ask Aimee section. Leave your questions and comments there. I tend to check those before anywhere else. Thanks for golfing with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.